Hello, everyone, and welcome to another lesson. I'm very happy to have you here with me today. Today, we have a very special lesson. As you might remember, a couple of days, maybe weeks ago, I posted a workflow about a modular system that uses HTTP requests, and that I'll show you the file in a second here. Okay, this one where I did more than, I guess, 33 HTTP request nodes that are available in this library, where you can just copy and paste. All of them are set up with the right endpoints, with the right body, with everything ready for you to use. With this modular approach, it just helps you building agents and building workflows quite faster. And that's very important if you want to beat the competition, if you want to sell more, if you want to have more, like eventually more revenue. And with this system, it just speeds everything up. And today I have also another library that I use, which is chat connector parts. What this is basically, this one is a basic, because I've noticed every time when I do a new AI agents, I tend to have similar start and end for every agent, and especially when doing chat agents. So you want to have incoming messages from from, for example, WhatsApp. You want to have incoming message from Slack. You want to have incoming message from Telegram, right? Those are the most famous ones and the most used. But all of those connector parts I tend to use similarly in each agent. So I thought maybe I'll do a template, a library of these parts, where then I can copy and paste with every new workflow that I create that requires chat parts. And these ones have similar workflow in them. I'll just take you in one of them. I'll take you throughout the Telegram, for example. It starts with a trigger, so this triggers whenever a new message hits Telegram. So whenever it triggers the Telegram, it goes to a switch. Now this switch will define which route it should take. We have, as you can see here in the switch node, we have audio, photo, image, and text. Now you might be asking, what's the difference between photo and image? It's because when you send a picture within Telegram, you have two options: either you compress it or not. And when you compress it, it goes into a photo, and when you do not compress it, it goes into an image. So there's two pathways for that, and each of those pathways are just, if you click on this, each of those are just linked to the exactly what it needs to have, right, from the trigger. So for example, if we have audio, it will go to the audio, it will download the audio file, it will transcribe the audio using OpenAI, and then it will put it into a text, and then it will send it back to here. And then if it's a photo, it will also download the photo, and then here we have change type, because here the photo we get is not a photo that OpenAI accepts. So we have to have a code node here to change the type, okay, so that OpenAI can accept it. And basically what we're saying here is take the photo and analyze it, describe it for us, tell us what this photo is. And here we have a small statement here that says, if there is caption to that photo, take that caption. And if there's no caption, if the user only sends the photo with no caption, then just replace the put this text: please describe the image in detail. Okay, so this is a fallback in case the user does not give us a caption for that image. And then we'll send the prompt in. And then in the other image one, it's the same thing, but it's the different type of images. So we'll do the same, and so as you can see here, all these three lines go into here. So this is the final node, which is the prompt, which is the user, what the user requested. It will all come up to here, right? So then after it comes to here, then it should go to, and this is where your workflow is. This is where your agents is. This is where everything is. So you can connect the incoming message to whatever workflow you have. And then we have the response type, other part, okay? And the response goes into here, and it says, we're saying, okay, if the user sends us an audio message, then probably he wants an audio message back. And then if it is the case, then go ahead and take whatever the outcome from this and transcribe it to audio and send the message back. And if the user sends us a text, then probably he wants to receive it in text, and then take whatever the output of this node and send it into a text. And as you can see here, there's the incoming and then the response. And same goes for WhatsApp and Slack. There's the incoming part and there's the response part. And here in the middle is where the magic happens. Here in the middle is where your agent works, right? Is where if you have an agent, if you have a workflow, everything works. So now I want to test with you how I would use this. For example, if I want to take Telegram here, I can just click and drag all over this, Control C, and go to a new workflow here, and then Control V. And now I have this. What I need to do is just, for example, I want to create an agent. I will go AI agent here, and then I'll bring the agent here. So basically I want to connect, instead of this node, I want to connect to this agent. Then I'll remove this node. Okay, so I need to give the agent a brain. Of course, we shouldn't search for a brain. You should search for operator. So here, let's just keep it at 4 mini, for example. So we gave it a brain, we can give it a memory, we can give it a tool like Tabulate to research, we can give it whatever you want. So now that this, we only need to basically tell it what it should do. So I don't want to come from chat, I want to come from below. And what I want to say is, it's an expression, and what I want to say, you are a helpful professional assistant, and this is today's date, and this is the user query. And the user query will come with whatever comes into this, right? And then it will go further. So let me delete that. So within a second, I have everything set up, right? I can click save. All right, now let's test the workflow. Let's hit test workflow. And then I'm going to bring out Telegram. And then let us send a message and see this working. Hey, can you give me a great leg workout that I can do today? See, it went through the audio, it did the transcription, then it sent it to the agent. Pretty cool. It just, everything is linked in a great way. Now it's doing the transcription, and it will send the audio back so we can hear it as it finishes. So as you can see, all of this now it's finished. Let's hear what it got us back.
Certainly. Here's a great leg workout you can do today. It includes a mix of exercises that target all major muscle groups in your legs. Make sure to warm up properly before you start. Leg workout. Warm up 5 to 10 minutes. Dynamic stretches, lunges, leg swings. Light cardio, jogging or jump rope. Main workout. 1.
Okay, so I won't hear everything, but as you can see, the agent gave us back everything we need, and the transcription was done, and everything was done in a perfect way. Everything works. I only needed to copy paste these connector parts, and here I can put everything I want in terms of agents or any workflow that I want. Getting back to here, so these are the connector parts that I have so far. So I have WhatsApp, Slack, and Telegram. In the future, if I incorporate more chat applications, if there are any, then I'll put them here. And all of this is available for you inside of my community. There you will find all the workflows that I've done. I have lots of classes. I have lots of blueprints, both for Make and n8n. I have documentations, we have live builds, and most importantly, we are growing together inside of this. We all helping together out to push ourselves forward, to get our first client, to grow our revenue or our monthly income. All right, so I'm gonna download this for you and put it inside of my community so it's available for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this lesson. If you did, please give it a like, subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you in the next one.